Ever wish you could just like, I don't know, have a quick chat with a digital Einstein about something new you're trying to learn?
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're diving into today. So Vavilon Tech, it's a company that's using AI for good.
Okay.
And not just in some, abstract way, but like tackling real problems in mental health and education
Right.
with chatbots.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fascinating one.
Yeah, what's interesting to me about them is they're really picky about what they apply AI to.
Yeah.
They're not just like throwing AI at every problem.
Right.
It's got to be something that really helps people.
Yeah. No, that makes sense, and it seems like their flagship product, IFS Buddy,
Hmm.
is a good example of that. So it's a free AI chatbot based on internal family systems therapy.
Okay.
And they've got like over 50,000 users in over 120 countries, so
That's incredible.
yeah, this isn't some like small experiment anymore.
No. It speaks to, I think, a real need.
Yeah.
And, at the heart of IFS therapy, think of it this way. Your inner world's like a family.
Okay.
You've got your inner critic, the peacemaker, the adventurous one,
Right.
all these different parts, each with its own voice, its own needs.
Mm-hmm.
And IFS helps you kind of get to know those parts,
Okay.
not judge them.
So instead of it being like this big, chaotic committee meeting in your head all the time,
Right,
you
exactly.
can actually have some harmony.
Exactly, yeah. Find some inner peace. And buddy, this AI, it sort of walks you through that.
Yeah.
And what I think is really cool is it's not telling you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's not giving you advice.
Right.
It's about you discovering yourself.
Yeah, and that seems to be resonating with people. I was reading one testimonial,
Mm-hmm.
and this person was saying like that it helped them change some really deep beliefs that they had.
Wow.
I mean, called it a miracle. So
Yeah,
this is powerful stuff.
it is. And it speaks to the power of really feeling heard,
Yeah.
even if it's by, a digital companion. And what I like is Vavilon, they're not just throwing this out there.
Right.
They're doing like actual clinical research on this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they're backing it up with data.
Well, that's good. It's good to know it's not just, feel good tech, but it's actually, or
Right.
they're seeing if it's actually effective.
It's about creating solutions that really work.
Yeah.
And you see this commitment from them in education too.
Okay.
Specifically with people training to be school counselors.
Oh, wow. Okay, so now we're going from self-therapy to equipping the people who help the students.
Exactly.
Interesting. How does that work?
So they developed this AI chatbot,
Okay.
and it's based on this thing called the Advocating Student Within Environment Framework,
Mm-hmm.
ASE.
Okay.
And basically it's about seeing the whole picture.
Okay.
It's not just the student.
Right.
It's their family. It's the school. It's the community.
So it's not just addressing the what they're doing, but the why.
Exactly, yeah, getting to the root of it. And what's really cool is how they designed it.
Okay.
These future counselors, they get to have conversations
Mm-hmm.
from both sides. So as the counselor and as the student.
Oh, wow. So they're really getting like empathy training because
Yes.
it's one thing to read about it, but to actually like step into their shoes virtually, I mean,
Exactly.
that's a game changer.
It really is. And it goes beyond just empathy, too.
Okay.
Because the chatbot, it gives them these real-world scenarios,
Mm-hmm.
and they have to make decisions as the counselor.
Wow.
And they get to see what happens.
Oh, so it's like a flight simulator for this kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Navigating all these complex relationships.
And to have that experience, that safe space to practice in, that's got to be so valuable.
It's huge. And just imagine, like, the ripple effects,
Yeah.
right? If you can give these counselors the tools
Mm-hmm.
to understand and support the students,
Right.
it helps everyone.
Right. It's like that idea of healed people heal people.
Yes, exactly.
And so by giving them the tools to thrive, I mean, they're really playing a part in making the world more compassionate and supportive.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fantastic. It's almost like they're not just like teaching the empathy, but they're building a space for them to practice
Yeah.
in a safe way, which is really cool.
Yeah, and that kind of gets at their whole philosophy, it seems like.
Okay.
They're pretty serious about only using AI where it can, make a real difference.
Right. They're not just trying to be like on the cutting edge.
Right, exactly.
They want it to be actually like useful for people.
Yeah, make a tangible difference.
Yeah.
And it's really refreshing, I think.
Yeah, on their website, they were talking about how they have this whole selection process
Right.
for the projects.
Yeah, they don't just say yes to everything.
And there's like a whole consultation phase
Mm.
where they figure out, okay, is AI really the best way to go here?
Yeah, is it the right tool for this?
It's really cool to see that kind of thoughtfulness, honestly.
Yeah, because this is still,
Yeah.
a new frontier in a lot of ways, and
Oh, totally.
it's easy to get caught up in, you know, ooh, shiny new AI thing,
Mm.
and sometimes it's not appropriate.
Yeah. It's like you wouldn't use a hammer for every single home repair project.
Exactly, exactly, and I think they get that.
Yeah.
And what's also really important to me is they admit that there are limitations to AI.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It can't do everything.
It's not magic.
Right, and they're really transparent about that.
Okay.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. Because it does seem like, from what we've seen, they're very focused on how to use it to help humans, not to replace them.
Exactly, not to make humans obsolete.
Right.
It's about augmenting,
Right.
enhancing, our abilities.
Right. Right.
It's a tool, and like any tool, it depends on how you use it,
Exactly.
and who's using it.
And so that brings us back to ethics.
Always, yeah.
That's not just about, is this cool? Can we build it?
Right.
But should we? And how?
Exactly. Like,
What are the consequences going to be?
yeah, and you can tell they think about that a lot.
Yeah.
They really emphasize that in all their work.
Yeah. It's nice to see a company that's not just all about the bottom line, but also like
Yes,
the bigger picture.
exactly. Like, what's the impact going to be on society, on people?
Yeah, it's like they're saying, look, this is powerful stuff, but
We got to be careful.
yeah, it needs like human values built in.
Yes, absolutely. And that responsibility, that
Mhm.
awareness, I think, really comes through in everything they do.
Yeah.
From how they pick projects to how much they share about what they're doing.
So we've talked about the projects, their approach, but what does this all mean for someone who's,
Right.
listening right now?
That's the question, right?
Mm.
I mean, it's one thing for us to sit here and go, wow, cool AI.
Right.
But what's really exciting is when you start thinking, how could this help me?
Okay. Yeah.
How could this help me learn and grow and connect?
So taking this kind of abstract AI for good and making it personal.
Exactly. So here's a question for you all listening out there. Could AI help you on your journey, whether it's, figuring yourself out or even just in your career?
It's like they're almost holding up a mirror
Yeah,
to all of us and saying, hey, it's not just about the tech itself, but what are you going to do with it?
exactly. Yeah. Are you going to use it to, dig into those IFS ideas with Buddy?
Mhm.
Or maybe there are ways that AI is being used in your work that you haven't even thought about yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So many possibilities.
It really seems like they're trying to get people thinking differently. It's not just,
The whole different way of looking at AI.
yeah, it's like a movement.
To
Yeah.
using AI to make things better.
And it starts with us. It's not enough to just have the technology.
Right.
We have to make the choice to use it for good.
So what can I do today to, live a better life or connect with people or
Exactly.
make a difference? Yeah.
It's about asking those big questions. What impact do I want to have?
And that's what we've been trying to do today with this deep dive.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully this has given you a little taste of what's out there.
Yeah.
Companies like Vavilon Tech, they're really pushing the boundaries.
Yeah. And maybe it's inspired you to think a little differently about how AI can be a part of your life.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI.
It's not some scary thing that's just going to happen to us.
Right, we're in the driver's seat. So as you're going about your day-to-day, think about how you can be a part of that. Maybe
Yeah.
you check out one of the things we talked about.
Yeah. Do a little digging.
Or just, keep thinking about these things.
Have a conversation with someone.
Yeah, because the power to really make a difference, it's in our hands.
Absolutely. Sometimes all it takes is a little spark.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't agree more. Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of AI.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. This was fun.
And until next time, keep exploring and
And keep asking questions.
keep asking questions. Yeah, exactly.